everybody, so welcome back to the channel. We are headed down the road to framing a fireplace at a job real quick, and then go look at another job, go to the barndominium, check on a couple of things. They're getting ready to start framing there, I think, on Monday, so we've got to lay out a couple of things for them, get some things done today on it. What's going on there, Josh?
Oh, just driving, just trying to, you know, keep us safe, keep us alive, get us there on time, you know, all the good stuff. I'm the important man right now.
So anyway, stay tuned. We're gonna kind of see what we're doing today and just knock out a few odd and ends. It's a really nice cold day out. So we just wrapped up getting a fireplace kind of set in place. We've got to go back and install the mantle. She's going to be picking out a live edge slab that we'll put in there hopefully either Tuesday or Wednesday. And the plumber will be coming out to hook up the gas line to that firebox. And now we're headed over to the barndominium to kind of get an idea of where we're at over there on a couple things. Look at what we've got to do to anchor these post base plates in place, and just kind of get a grip on that before Monday. All right, so we're back out at the barndominium. We shot some video here the other day and we had no audio, so Josh might use part of it, I don't know. But what has gone on here is, you see behind me, we have gotten the floor of the living space poured. All the plumbing is roughed in and inspected. The framers plan on being here first of the week to get started framing. We'll have, as usual, a little holdup because our trusses are going to be into the following week before they get delivered. Josh and I today are going to just kind of check some of the squaring on the garage shop section here behind me. Probably pull some strings, set a couple things up, and get some things that where hopefully Tuesday morning or even possibly later this afternoon we can get a couple of things accomplished on that, get these anchors set. What we're using is an anchor by a company called Sturdy Wall. I found these on YouTube. RR Buildings, they were using these. I'm pretty happy with the way that they're going to work. We're going to have to modify them just a little bit to work in our situation, and we're going to get started on this and just see what we can get done today. So explaining what we're doing here, these Sturdy Wall brackets, and they also have a product called Permacolumn. The Sturdy Wall brackets, and we'll have one of those out in a minute, are going to anchor on top of this pier. What some of the guys are doing with these, and I still like it better than putting posts in a hole in concrete, but they're actually setting those anchors down on top of the to where the very bottom of the post is buried in concrete. What we did here is a little bit different. So we've got a 15-inch hole that was augered underneath this, filled full of concrete. I think we've actually got that in one of the, at least part of that in one of the videos.
3 feet deep, 15 inches wide.
Yes, it's 3 feet deep, 15 inches in diameter. And then we formed these 10-inch tall, 10-inch square piers on top of that. So this is all continuous. We've got a rebar cage drop down into it. And we're gonna set, let me just grab a Sturdy Wall bracket and I'll show you.
Yeah, why don't you do that? I think we brought one with us. I don't think we brought the rest of them. Yeah, I think it's way up there in the front. Of course, yeah. Gotta make Jason work a little bit to get it.
So, what we're going to end up doing, and in this case, this is actually a garage door opening. So this will be the garage door space. So we've got to set that bracket over to that edge so that the post is right for the door opening.
And we had to trim that up just a little bit because,
Yeah,
like you said, we had that garage door opening there, and
it had this same ear.
right,
This same ear was over here, so we had to cut one of those ears off. We're going to wind up putting a hole here so that we're anchoring here and here. But so this guy winds up being bolted to this concrete pier. And what we're looking for, what we're trying to get, and just be sure everything is good, because we can shift it a little bit on these piers and make it right. But I'm looking to try to get 1.5 inches right here. So this one's spot on, but I think we may have our string out just a little bit. We've got to check a couple of things here too. But if you're familiar with traditional pole barn building, where they actually set a 6x6 or whatever size treated post in the ground, that's the premise here. We're just changing up a little bit. So we're going to run a 2x6 treated board that will actually tap con to these piers, to the face of them. And the top of it will be the top of our concrete, which is actually going to be about 2 inches down. So our finished floor height in here is going to be about 2 inches below the top of this pier. So that way our post is completely above the slab, not in the dirt, not in the moisture. If he's in here cleaning out his floor or anything, spraying water, our post is up off the floor. So he is going to have this pier sticking up. And some people might not like that, but I really like the idea of us not having this guy down in concrete. And I think,
because like we talked about on the May job just a little bit, those posts just wherever they're at. I mean, on the May job we talked about on the front porch there, but those posts just suck up water, don't they?
Well, they do. Of course, the treated post is made to do that, but what we've seen happening over the last few years, I lose track of time, but somewhere around 10 or 15 years ago, they decided to change to basically outlaw the process that they treated lumber with. And the new process, in my worthless opinion, just is not the same. It's just not as good a deal, and I have seen boards rot out much faster. And so the thought of me burying that post in concrete and then hoping that it doesn't rot out is just not a great idea. Like I said, I wound up, and you can check him out, it's RR Buildings on YouTube. He's where I got the idea for the sturdy wall, these brackets. He's doing it a little bit different, and I basically took what he was doing, and we've tried to figure out maybe just a slightly better way to do this. But what'll happen, the reason we're setting back this 1.5 inches is that 2x6 treated board that's down here will actually be out to the face of the string, and then when he sets the column, his 2x6 wall girders will be in that same plane. And so as we start framing it up, you'll get to see that. But we're just trying to check square and just measure some stuff out. So what we need to do now, Josh, is I want to measure across this foundation, and then we're going to go measure across the end of our piers. And we should be 3 inches less down there than we are right here.
Do you want me to cut a foot or anything?
No, just hook this, and we'll do the same thing down there, just hooking it.
All right.
So you good there?
Hang on. Yep.
Nope.
There we go. Yeah, she's
Like it
hooked.
now.
Yes.
Okay.
You were
See if
pulling
we
those
can
tiny
get a
hooks into my
proper-
fingers. Had to adjust a little bit. Are you going front or back edge? Back. All right.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm hooked.
So that's really, really close. We were at 43 feet. We're at 42 feet 9.
Okay.
So that should be our 1.5 inches on each side. That's 3 inches. That's where we should be.
Excellent.
So I like that a lot.
Good. That entire day we spent out here, you know, with all the measuring equipment and the lines and
Yeah.
everything like that. And you didn't talk to me because you were using all your brain power to think and everything. So I had to stand out here and conversate with myself. it's all paying off, right?
I suppose. So anyway, we're just gonna look around real quick, make sure we don't see any issue with how we're gonna anchor these, the sturdy wall brackets. If we don't, we're going to go back to shop, get lunch, and then we're gonna go to the other shop and get a bunch of the lumber. So that's another thing, these posts, and you'll see this, we'll show you this in a little bit. We're using, so this post bracket, I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but it looks a little bit narrow, you know, so we're not using a 6x6 here. This is another thing that I think's really cool about it, is we're actually just using there'll be 3 2x6s that we glue up and basically laminate into a column. I truly think it's gonna wind up being better. Most time laminated lumber is stronger, just like the basis of plywood. And that's kind of what we're doing here, is almost making a plywood post. I think we can get straighter stuff. 6x6s that we've been getting in the past few years are generally not straight, and we'll be able to get, I think, a straighter column and everything out of this by doing it this way. So that's kind of what we're doing. And Josh, let's just look around real quick at these columns and make sure we don't see any issue with any of these, and let's go back to the shop.
Yes.
Now we're back.
What?
Bandit, are you upset, buddy?
You poor creature. So let me evaluate what's going on here. There's about, what, a dozen sheep over there? And they are just the absolute bane of his existence. Like, those sheep merely existing drives him up a wall. Absolute.
This is true. This is true.
He will just sit there and bark at them because he knows that they're there. He may not be able to see them, but he just barks at them. Here.
So we're back at the shop. We have gone and loaded up some lumber that we bought a couple of weeks ago. We try to keep track of lumber prices and see where they're going. And when we know we're getting ready to get a big increase on stuff that we have to have, we try to go ahead and get it and get it purchased. We had it in another building. We've gone and gotten it. We're going to start laminating up these posts. We've got to move the tractor out of the way and try to get inside here where we've got a little bit of warmth. Josh,
Yeah.
is now a good time to drive the tractor, you think?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, this'll be-
Do you not like that wall being there? Would you rather it be on its side?
Yeah, so let's give this a try.
Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen at home, I know you're probably on your couch, but now would be a great time to fasten your seatbelts. Do you think, I mean, realistically, is there a way that I can put this on its roof? Because if there's a way, it's most likely going to happen.
I'm certain there is. So, no glow plugs. This tractor has a intake heater, but you have to engage it. It doesn't just automatically do it. So the first thing you'd want to do is pick up the loader off of the ground. We need to raise that. So that would be this thing.
This big
Turn that down. Way down.
Yeah, we don't want to listen
There we
to
go.
hymnal music.
So yeah, there you go. And that's like plenty high enough. And then you move the stick side to side, moves the hay spear, bucket, whatever, up and down. See? So that's good. It's all good.
So that's the controls there for the back
Yes.
hydraulic. Okay,
Yes, for
so
those
that's what I
remotes
was
on the
confused
back.
about earlier.
So this tractor has a actual loader prep package, they call
Gotcha.
it. And so it had a joystick built into it.
There's
and
your
separate
front
hookups for
hydraulics
all
and
that.
that's your back hydraulics.
Yes, that's right.
All right.
So now you, I would practice using that clutch because I'm certain you haven't used that much. So let's push the clutch pedal. And do you know why it's got 2 brakes?
No.
Hey, we can talk about this. This is an interesting point. So this is kind of a crossover video, a little bit of farm stuff and a little bit of building. And so we've got 2 brake pedals, if you can see that. Show us 1, 2, right, left, right. Which right now we've actually got them locked together. But so on a tractor, if we want to make a really hard turn, we can actually, like when we're turning left, hit the left brake, and it will make you turn quicker.
Like
Does that make sense? It's like you're steering a tank, yeah, sort of, but not really. So anyway,
We're like in the movie Battleship when
Right
they drop
now-
the anchor off the one side.
right now we have the brakes locked so that you don't spin us around and kill us, and that's good. So now, remember what I told you? So clutch it, even though you don't have to. You're gonna clutch it. It's not clutching it. That's like resting your foot on it. That's clutching it. Yeah. So put that in forward, and now then you can ease out on the clutch. And I would recommend the hand on the steering wheel, but you know, whatever. So just get your foot off the clutch now. So I'm a big believer that we don't want to ride the clutch because it'll keep the throwout bearing engaged. And I'm not even sure, just being honest, that these tractors, since they're so full of hydraulics, have throwout bearings. But if they do, that would not be good. And so yeah, just pull over here somewhere so we can back inside. This is probably good. So clutch it all the way to the floor, all the way to the floor. There you go.
He's
and the
afraid
brakes,
that I'm gonna.
put it in park.
He's afraid that I'm gonna run these. What is that? A hay spike?
He's gonna put the hay spike through the skid steer. It'll be a great day.
And then you tilt your steering wheel up, and now it's off.
Yes.
And Jason breathes a sigh of relief.
So I suppose
So I'm from the big
that is.
I've never done that before.
That is success in some measure. Bandit's running me over. Come here, Bandit.
Look at this, right here. Look.
Can you smile for the camera?
Fingers and toes, got all of them. Where's Tom Tom?
I don't know. He was here. Well, he was here this morning, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Tom Tom is the cat.
You want me to whip that in there?
No, I think I'll do that.
Oh, come on. You've seen me drive this thing around.
So we're gonna back inside, get these boards unloaded, and we're gonna get started trying to put some posts together. So while Josh is trying to get the sheep some water, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can't find some sawhorses around here, maybe to where that we can start unloading these 2x6s and get this process started.
Right there.
So,
what is Ronnie doing in the shop?
So we are going to start gluing these up. We'll let you see what we're doing. We're basically going to put a bead of glue all the way down the 2x6, and we're gonna nail them up into a 3-ply assembly is what we're working on. So we've got 13 of these to build. We're gonna try our best to get that knocked out today, and hopefully we'll still have a little bit of time to knock something else out after a while, because I want to get these delivered to the barndominium project, get them dropped off over there, and I'd love to get some of those anchors put in place today. That may be asking a little bit too much. So we've managed to get all these posts assembled and put together. We've got them loaded on the trailer. We have all of our brackets modified as we needed to and ready to go. We have all that stuff loaded up. So now it looks like that Tuesday morning we will be able to go and set those anchors. The framers again are supposed to start on Monday. They'll get started on living space section. Hopefully we can get this stuff to them so they can get the shop walls up. And we're gonna wrap up the day by finally putting out a little bit of hay for some cows. So this could be entertaining, as I'm crazy enough to let Josh drive the tractor.
So a couple of things.
This piece got lights in it?
Yeah, you see that knob right there? Right here, set the steering wheel, right here. Turn it as far as it'll go. Okay. So just sit tight, let me get the gate, and I'll come back and get you. I'm gonna go out here and open up the gate. I don't know that I can trust him on his own yet. We'll see, but hopefully this won't go too bad. I'm not real sure how familiar he is with a clutch. It seems to be an issue that he was having a while ago.
If we hit the wrong bump, your head is...
Oh, yeah, it's probably
You're
gonna kill me.
about
So
3 inches.
I would back up just a little bit to start with so that we don't hit the skid steer.
All right, clutch in, reverse.
Yeah.
Okay, so clutch all the way on the floor.
All the way on the clutch.
All the way.
Right. And then take it out of park, put it in reverse.
That's neutral. Where in the hell's reverse at?
Well, you just bring it right over there.
Oh, okay.
That stick has got park, neutral, forward, and reverse on it.
I see now.
So ease back a little bit, and like once you start moving, just get your foot off the clutch. Getting moving, you want to like ease into it, so just stop, because we're going far enough back, we gotta go over there.
Yeah.
And
no doubt.
So, yeah, don't do that. So,
I let off at the same speed.
No, you didn't. I watched you. So anyway, as you ease out on it, you'll feel it start taking bite.
Okay.
And like that it's starting to load and trying to move. And when it gets there, you can come off of it a little bit faster because it's already getting that bite. But until you hit that point, you kind of got to ease into it, because otherwise you go slamming out on it.
Yeah.
Boom, that's where we're at. So you want to adjust your, of course, turn, you know, preferably over there towards the hay.
Right.
We'll look at this view. So you're going to want to let your load, because we're going to get those rolls over there.
Okay.
So at the rate you're going, I'd probably pull up and then back over here and drive into it, because you're kind of out of kilter.
Gotcha.
So you want to get your hay spike where you think it's level, first of all. While you're still moving, you can do that. So, no, not level, not up and down, but level. You want the spike.
All that, like a skid steer.
Yep. So,
No. I'd say right about there.
probably up just a fuzz. Tilt it. There you go. Now,
Like right in
this
there.
is a self-leveling loader, so as you move it up and down, the spike's going to stay in the same spot, versus if it's straight up radial, the spike is here, and as you come up, the spike gets steeper. You see what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? That's
Yeah.
not how this works. So pull on forward, back up over there, and pull into this bale. Keep rolling. So just back up hard right. So try not to run over the fence.
Yep, working on it.
Okay, so you know the steering on this, you got a lot more steering than you do like in a car.
Yeah.
So you know, go ahead and start turning. That way, when you pull
Right.
into it, you know,
Now I'm gonna drop
you don't
her
need to
down
turn
a
that
little
much, because it's going to move over there pretty quickly on you. So just go on and ease forward. You probably need to go down just a little more with the loader.
Okay.
A little more. That's probably good. Now pull into the center of that bale. You know, use your hood ornament there as a guide to just drive right into the center of it. See, you're still a little bit high. I can't,
Gotcha.
so from your seat, I know where to put it. I can't really tell from over here. It looked low from over here, but clearly it's not. So you're just gonna, so first roll back. So bring the stick towards you. No, toward this way, so you're rolling the spike.
Roll back that way.
Yep. And then lift
then
it
roll back.
and ease backwards a little bit, and it should pop the plastic loose. Or not. So see, you're gonna have to
Yeah, go back in.
get back in it. It's tearing it, but not enough. Okay.
Roll it back.
That wasn't rolling it back. That was just picking it
You said pull back on me.
to you.
So
To
like
you,
that
this
right
way,
there?
yeah. To you, away from you,
Right.
up and down. There you go. Now back up and get out of here. Back out of here? No, you need to back up a few feet to see how you're going to swing that into the fence. So you're going to back up a few feet and then just like go hard left.
Yeah.
And you'll just circle right out of here.
This does have a great turning radius.
Why? Take your foot off the clutch.
What if we start to hit something? Then my foot's got to be on it.
Well, then
I
you
mean,
can stomp the
it's
brakes
not-
and it'll probably kill it at this speed. But
It's
then
not,
also
it's not on it. It's just resting on it.
it's still on it. So you also can just pull it into neutral. Remember that. So, you know, remember that bell is way out in front of you.
Yeah.
And, you know, like right here, I mean, you got it, but, you know, just realize you're barely clearing that post.
Yeah.
And so set this down over there at the dumpster,
Okay.
because we're going to get 2 more out, because we're going to take 2 over there to the house, and we're going to take 1 out back out here. Well, so checking back in, Josh has managed to get a roll on the front and a roll on the back.
Yeah,
and we're going to go
crazy.
see if we can deliver this.
Absolutely nuts.
Hey, so that's about a wrap. Today's been a little bit different, but just running between several different jobs, trying to get some things caught up. This week has been pretty crazy. The weather has not been so good. We've had snow a couple different days, rain a day, and so this whole week, almost every crew working on every job has lost time to the weather. So just trying to play catch up on a few things today and hopefully get everything squared away to where the barndominium project will go pretty good next week. I know we may have a couple little hiccups there. Trying to get back over to the lake house. That job, we are waiting on windows. The electrician will probably be there to start this week. HVAC is very far along. We lost video on some stuff we did audio on some stuff we did the other day. But we'll try to fill that in and try to show you guys what's taking place over there working with the cabinet shop, the heat and air guys and so forth. And well, our addition that we were at today, framing up a fireplace. What have I forgotten? I don't know.
I don't know.
Then
Not much.
trying to finish up feeding some cows this evening before the weekend. So
Guess I owe you a new clutch.
yeah, the lesson was going rough. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.